Epiphanies. I started to make a video and I stopped because I forgot everything. Epiphanies. Don't, don't, don't do it. Um, traditionals. Traditionals versus assimilation by education. What's happening to the Métis Nation? When it opened and started, we weren't allowed to run for council, band, or office because I was literally told to my face by multiple staff, profiled right across racially, that alcoholism, drug addiction, generational trauma, you're not competent. What the fuck did you just say to me? So all of us start making noise about not being allowed to run for band and council. So they set up this thing called PCMNO, a political avenue where people can go and get involved and address today's politics. Well, in that program, they educate the candidates in the manner to which they see fit. You see, they're not being taught Native American politics by a traditional person who's experienced it generationally over a period of decades, nor are they being taught Native American politics by a traditional person who sees what the need and necessity of holding on to our traditional culture is. And so the new politicians coming forward that are working for Métis Nation Ontario aren't looking for a traditional way of life. They didn't grow up standing on the side of a river catching a 20-foot freezer full of smelts. They didn't grow up filling the freezer with whatever it was breeding at the time. They didn't grow up with one freezer dedicated solely to bread. They didn't grow up hunting and fishing with a parent who, oh, there's some ducks, pull over, boom, 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 go get them, let's go have dinner. You kill your food right there on the roadside, stop, catch it out of a river. That was how we were. And I'm not saying that I'm a 500-year-old Métis Nation person either, but I am saying that the traditional way of life was instilled in me. And what I am watching happen right now is called assimilation by education. First, they deny us everything. Then they set the policy rule book, which goes against all of our inherent rights and removes all of our rights through policy. Negates any obligation of the nation to its people. And then the people that they bring in fight for the agenda of the Métis Nation, not that of the people, and they are financially compensated for doing so, as well as publicly celebrated. This goes against everything traditional that exists. You know, I thought I have to run for council, abandon office to make a change, but I don't. I can't. I can't join a broken system to try and change it from inside of the broken system as a singular person. What I can do is address it with the federal Canadian Human Rights Coalition, who will fight for Métis citizen rights and the delivery of funding for home purchase, funding to alleviate poverty, funding to educate our children, funding for dental care, medical and health care, funding or allotment of land plot so that citizens don't have to struggle to have a place to live. We own the land. We have the right to say, here's a piece of land, put a trailer on it. But our leaders are not doing that. They're walking around spending millions and millions, literally with a B, billions of dollars. What are we going to do about the homeless issue? The government just gave you a couple 100,000 hectares $55 billion. How hard would it for you to be put a bunch of mobile homes at 50 grand a pop in that field over there and call it a community? Oh no, that would be too easy. We are being abused. And so I did go through. I'm not going through politics. Yes, but not through Métis politics, where secretaries have the controlling hand in the outcome. I'm filing a complaint with the Canadian Federal Human Rights Board based on the denial of any and all God-given inherent human rights as Indigenous people to we the Métis Nation, not only by the government and people of Canada, but also by the Métis Nation itself, who, just by existing as a private member organization in itself, is an insult. You're telling everybody they are a nation that is recognized by our government, and we are not. We are members of a private members organization, a political private members organization with a traditional Native American outlook and ideology. But we are not added to the Native American First Nation Peoples List of Canada. We are not afforded any rights that we were told we were. Anything and everything we were given was stripped of us through Métis Nation policy. So if you would like to get on board with a complaint against the Métis Nation through the traditional human rights, Federal Human Rights Board of Canada, so that we can achieve truth and reconciliation for our people without the interference of a whole nation of others who want to quantify and multiply or objectify the outcome of our proceedings because they're jealous and they want the money for themselves. And that's what it comes down to. No Métis Nation. No Métis self-government. You give the Métis Nation self-governance right now, they're just going to rob their people blind. If they could, they would hit the delete button and just keep the money. No self-governance for Métis Nation.